Hey, what's up, guys? Clay from Epic Tech here. Welcome back to another video. We are going to be talking about the 9060 XT, the 8GB version. Now, the 9060 XT, great card, 1080p, $299, and I just saw one go on sale for $269. Woo! So, maybe it's a 1080p medium card, right? That's what I've been hearing on the internet, and I bought one just to prove it. I can say, yes, it is definitely a 1080p medium card. You don't need any upscaling, and you don't need any frame gen at 1080p medium. It's nice to throw in the upscaling. I'm still not a big proponent. Is that the correct word? Proponent? I don't know, whatever. I'm supporter. I'm not a big supporter yet of the frame gen, just because it doesn't really work on all games. Like let's say you're playing an online shooter. You're playing Call of Duty. You're playing Marvel Rivals, right? You don't really want that input latency. Now, the 9060 XT 8GB card, who's it for? It's for budget gamers that are still playing 1080p and they don't want to spend over $300 for a new graphics card. So I'm going to say the 9060 XT 8GB card is the best 1080p card under $300. But you're kind of limited to medium settings. Medium settings, TAA, you're not using FSR, and you're not really using the frame gen. But if you try to push it to high settings on like these newer games, you run out of VRAM. So you want to stay around the medium settings on the newer games. For example, Doom: The Dark Ages, right? I'm at medium settings, and it requires ray tracing. If you have an older graphics card, right? If you got like a 1660 Super, right? That's the upgrade I made. I went from a 1660 Super to the 9060 XT, the 8GB, right? This only had 6 gigabytes of VRAM. And it's a GTX card, not an RTX card. So to even play some of these newer games that are coming out, you need ray tracing. Like it won't even let you open it. For another example, I'm pretty sure Indiana Jones, the newer Indiana Jones game, has ray tracing. Like there's no off button. Basically, if you want to play Doom: The Dark Ages or Indiana Jones, by the way, I highly recommend Doom: The Dark Ages. It's really fun. I'd say this is your entry point, right? The 9060 XT 8GB graphics card. Now, do I regret my purchase? Sorta. We got the 5060 Ti 16GB. New challenger! Somebody play the Smash Bros. Music. By the way, I had the 5060 Ti 16GB before I owned the 9060 XT 8GB. 9060 XT 8GB is mainly just, it's a test for me. Like, where are we at? Like, what are these other YouTubers say? Like, is it truthful, right? I'm gonna say there is some truth to what they're saying. Like, if you try to push the settings past medium with an 8GB graphics card in 2025 on these newer games, right? But you can go play esports titles, and you can play other games that it zoomed in. You can play other games that don't require ray tracing at high settings. Maybe high with FSR or your medium settings with TAA. And I'm talking about like an experience like you're close to 100 FPS or even over it. Like, I don't like the game at 60 FPS. I don't think you should buy a graphics card to play at 60 FPS in 2025. You should be trying to hit 100 FPS or over, or have a really good upgrade, kind of like I did, the 1660 Super to the 9060 XT or the 5060 Ti. I sold that 5060 Ti I didn't do very much research when I bought it. I just saw 16 gigabytes of VRAM, and I'm pretty sure this is going to happen to a lot of people. This only has 8 lanes. So it's PCIe 5.0 by 8, right? So basically what that means is if you put it in a PCIe 4.0 system, I was having some trouble. You know, I'm still on AM4. I've got a pretty good CPU or pretty top end CPU for AM4. I've got a Ryzen 9 5900X, and I was bottlenecked. Like I was seeing people with the 7600X on the AM5 or like a DDR5 system or PCIe 5.0 system. They're getting about 20 to 30 more FPS for the same card on the AM5. Why does it do that, bro? this dang webcam, dude, it's great for live streaming, but it's all right for making videos. Let's zoom out again. The 5060 Ti. I felt like I was getting bottlenecked just because I was not on PCIe 5.0 and I didn't have DDR5 and I didn't have a newer CPU. So I'm gonna say, like, if you've got like an i5 12600K, i5 13600K, or like an i7 12700K, be weary of buying the 5060 or the 5060 Ti, whether that's the 8 gigabyte versions or the 16 gigabyte versions, just because the PCIe lanes, there's only 8 of them. Like I said, if you're on an older platform, and I know there is some motherboards that support DDR4 or DDR5 or PCIe 4 or PCIe 5 for the Intel stuff. If you're on PCIe 4 and you got DDR4, go AMD, but get the 16 gigabyte version. Skip the 8 gigabyte versions. But I do know, bro, to get 9060 XT 8 gigabyte right now it's like $279. I bought mine for $299, and I'm gonna return it, and I'm gonna get the 16 gigabyte version. They start at $389, bro. So it's still cheaper than the 5060 Ti 16 gig, and it's basically the same performance. This is like 429 right now. 429, 439, depending on which model you get, 2 fans, 3 fans. But basically, dude, 8 gigabyte graphics cards, you can be happy with them if you only expect 8 gigabytes, or if you only expect medium settings. Medium it still looks really good. It's low settings on these newer games even look really good. Low to medium settings looks like high settings from a few years ago. But the main reason why I'm returning the 8 gigabyte graphics card is I'm a VR gamer, bro. I'm a VR gamer. I need that VRAM. Give me that VRAM. Now I sound like everybody else. Give me that VRAM or else. They're going to make you pay for it. If you're on a DDR4 system or PCIe 4.0 system, skip the 5060, skip the 5060 Ti, skip the 5050. There's only 8 lanes on these. It's 5.0 by 8. The 9060 XT and all the way up to the 9070 XT has 5.0 by 16 lanes, but pick one of the 16 gigabyte cards. Now, if you're on like a newer system, like you got a Ryzen on the AM5, this is okay. A 5060 is okay. No, not a 5060. That's 8 gigs. This would be the bare minimum you probably want to buy is a 5060 Ti 16 gig for a newer system, but don't put these in older systems. It doesn't work very well, brother, and you're gimping yourself. Like I said, get these, bro. Plus, these are super efficient, bro. The 9060 XT, it says it only needs like 450 watt power supply. But I'm going to say maybe get like a 650 watt at the bare minimum, just because you never really know with power spikes and stuff. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like I said, I bought a 9060 XT 8 GB card, so you guys didn't have to. If you're on an older system and you absolutely want NVIDIA, get the 5070. So the 5070, it's got 16 lanes, bro. But it only has 12 gigabytes of VRAM. It's like they literally do it on purpose to make you like second guess your purchase. I kind of rhymed right there. Purpose and purchase. That's perfect. My review of the 9060 XT, it's great, bro. Like it's very comparable to a 3070, like within percentage points of a 3070. And I'm gonna call this the best budget card under $300. Like nothing else really comes. You know what I mean. Nothing else really comes close to it. But like, if you're gonna buy an 8 GB graphics card, maybe buy used. You know, see what you can find on Facebook Marketplace. See what you can find on eBay. I'm gonna say go with eBay because there's at least buyer protection too. But no, I've done the testing, bro. Done the testing. The only thing I can't test it on is a newer system, just because I don't have one right now, and I don't really need to upgrade the Ryzen 9 5900X that I have. So like, if you're in the same situation that I am, is you're on AM4, you've got a good CPU. You know, maybe you've got a 5600X, 5700X, or 5900X, 5800 XT, a 5600. Maybe you've got an X3D chip on the AM4. There is no real big upgrade to go to the next step. So keep your platform, right? Keep your DDR4 platform, but go AMD, or go with a card that has 16 lanes. Like I said, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. My name is Clay from Epic Tech. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I've never been sent a graphics card for review. I purchased these with my own money. This right here is like $800, bro. I could have got like a 5070 Ti or a 9070 XT, and you know what I mean? But like, I love to test hardware, so I'm doing it for you guys, but I'm also kind of doing it for my own little pleasure too. So, all right, long video. Hopefully this can help some people. I know there's no benchmarks. Please take my word for it. These bigger YouTubers, they are kind of right, but they aren't kind of right, because I don't really see many of them. They pair them with a 9800 X3D. Why would you pair this with a 9800 X3D? Why would you pair this with a 9800 X3D? It makes no sense. This is like 9600X level of CPU, 9600X level CPU, or 7600X level of CPU, or a higher end AM4 CPU, or a mid-range Intel CPU. Like I said, my name is Clay from Epic Tech. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. Skip this one and skip the 8 GB. Get the 9060 XT 16 GB if you want to play at 1080p. And like I said, save some money, bro. It's $389, it's 16 GB, it's 1080p, and I bet you can probably do 1080p high to ultra rather than just 1080p medium to low. So, but like I said, it is $100 extra more. All right, Clay from Epic Tech. Peace out.